Hey guys, I'm so sorry that it's been a really long time since I posted a YouTube video, but honestly, I've just been really busy and there's definitely a lot of time that has to be allocated to making a YouTube video. So I just kind of was taking a break with it, but hopefully you have been enjoying my posts on Instagram and the short workout videos that I post on there. Hopefully at the end of this video, I will be able to put together a little bit of a longer workout for you guys, just one that explains some of the exercises a little better, just because, sorry, my cat is like being a freak right now. I'm not really sure what's going on. She just did like, literally just did a backflip, and then she was like chilling when I put the camera on her, of course. So today I just wanted to take some time to answer some frequently asked questions, FAQs if you will, just because there are like some questions that I consistently get, so I thought that it might be helpful for me to answer a few of them. At some point I would love to do a video on like whatever questions you guys have other than the questions I'll answer today. And if you guys want to comment below any questions you have for me, and maybe I could do a questions little Q&A video at some point if that's something you would be interested in. So let me know below, or you can just send me a message on Instagram, or if you have my phone number you can text me, whatever. All right, so we'll get along with the FAQs. So the first question that I wanted to answer is, what is a good diet to lose weight? So there are a lot of answers to this question, and I am sure that you guys have heard a lot of answers to this question already. I mean, there is just a plethora of diets and guidebooks and videos and you name it out there, like giving advice to lose weight. There are a lot of different trendy diets, especially now. Like there's keto, there's paleo, there is raw vegan. Some people cut out carbs, some people are cutting out fats. You name it, there's probably a label for every diet that you could go on out there. So basically, my advice for a diet to lose weight is going to be a little more general. So my simple answer to this is that everybody is different and everybody's body is different. So just because your friend lost a lot of weight doing the keto diet doesn't mean that you are gonna lose weight on the keto diet. That all depends on your body, and it is not worth it to keep up with a diet that you don't physically feel good on just to lose weight. For me, my first priority has always been to feel good, and if I start a certain diet and I don't feel good on it, I'm not gonna stay on it, because in the end, weight loss, I mean, you can lose weight to physically appear a certain way, but in the end, the most important reason to lose weight is if you're not feeling good. Like if you don't physically feel good, that's, you know, that might be a reason to lose weight. So there's no reason to go on a diet that is gonna make you not feel good. So in general, when you are trying to figure out how to change your diet to lose weight, you just wanna take, in some instances, if you're overeating, if you think that you might be overeating, then it might work for you to take your calories down a little bit. Now, a common mistake is that sometimes people are already under eating, and that can inhibit weight loss actually, because your body tries to hold on to more of the food you're putting in it and store it, because it basically goes into starvation mode and is afraid that you will stop putting food in it. So you definitely do not want to go too low on your calories. My best recommendation is to track your macros. You can use an app called MyFitnessPal. It works really well for that. So track your macros. Your macros are gonna be the grams of fat, carbs, and protein that you're getting each day, and then your overall calories. So when somebody's talking about tracking your macros, you're tracking your calories and you're tracking your fats, carbs, and protein. So it is good to get a baseline and to just track what you would normally eat in a day and do that maybe for a week to kind of get a baseline. And MyFitnessPal will give you a guide for how many calories that you should be getting based on your height and your weight and your activity level. That can be kind of a guide. I have found that they kind of put the numbers a little low in my experience. So I usually try to go up a little higher than what MyFitnessPal recommends as far as my calories and my macros. So along with your diet though, it's gonna be really important that you're getting exercise in somehow. And I will address this later on with one of the other questions, but you definitely wanna find something that you really enjoy within fitness. So whether that's lifting weights or running, yoga, dance, cycling, you know, there's so many different options for what you can do within fitness, but you're definitely gonna wanna choose something that you enjoy and you're gonna stick with. So don't forget that diet and exercise both play an equally important role in weight loss. So some people really like to count macros, and that is really helpful for them to stay accountable and to know exactly what they're eating. I personally really like intuitive eating, and it's not for everyone, but basically you eat when you're hungry and you stop when you're full. Now, if you're somebody who tends to undereat or overeat, then macro counting, at least for a certain period of time, might be more helpful to you. But for me, I really like intuitive eating because I really am good with listening to my body and knowing when I maybe need to have a meal with a lot of carbs or I need to have more protein, just depending on what I'm feeling. Another thing that will help with weight loss is building muscle. Definitely for me, because my metabolism doesn't work very well because of hypothyroidism, I have found that me building muscle really helped out my metabolism, and it definitely seems like my body is better at using what I eat for energy rather than storing it. So another question that people have been asking me recently is, what is carb cycling? Because if you are following me on Instagram and have seen my posts on there, carb cycling is what I'm currently doing because I'm trying to cut fat and take my body fat percentage down. So I just want to tell you guys a little bit about that. So there are a lot of different approaches to carb cycling, and when I first decided that I was going to try it, I did a bunch of research, and it was wild because like everybody really does have a different way of doing it and looking at it. So the way I decided to do carb cycling was to basically rotate between a few low carb days followed by 1 or 2 high carb days. I did 2 low carb days at 50 grams, just around like 50 grams of carbs. I stopped tracking macros at some point. I tracked macros for the first week of it to get a little better of an understanding of how, like, of what I should eat to meet my carb goals each day. But basically I try to stay around 50 grams of carbs for my low carb days and then 200 grams of carbs for my high carb days. So when I started out, I was doing 2 low carb days and then followed by 1 high carb day and then 3 low carb days followed by a high carb day. Now I'm doing it a little differently, and I'm eating low carb during the week and then doing high carb for 2 days over the weekend. And I've basically been getting similar results doing that as with the different rotation that I started with. So basically the idea is that this is supposed to trick your metabolism, because on the high carb days your body is like, okay, like I have all these carbs, I'm gonna use this as energy, and it kind of goes into burn mode, like it's trying to get those carbs burned up. But then your metabolism will stay in that high burning mode as you go into your low carb days. So when it's in that burning mode, the idea is that you're gonna burn stored fats instead of the carbs because the carbs aren't there on your low carb days. So basically, scientifically speaking, what happens with your body with the carb cycling. So the idea is that your low carb days will help you lose weight because it'll increase insulin sensitivity. And then the high carb days will aid you in your recovery and replenish your glycogen and basically just support your muscle growth. So then again, you're not going to be, you know, losing muscle as you're losing fat. The goal when you're cutting, and especially my goal, is that I want to maintain my muscle and lose a little more fat. So going back to the question about diet for losing weight, a lot of people try to cut carbs, and it can be effective, but it's not sustainable for a very long period of time, and it's not really the best for your body because obviously carbs are like a main source of energy. So a lot of people end up not feeling good and getting headaches and just not functioning very well low carb. And again, like I said before, the whole point in losing weight and getting healthy is so that you feel good, at least for me. So this is definitely, I would say, my number one question for sure. And that is, how do you stay motivated to work out? So yeah, this is a big struggle. And I have certainly struggled with being motivated to work out without a doubt. Because honestly, until I rededicated myself to fitness again, I basically struggled for that whole time before staying motivated to work out. And a big reason that I struggled so much being motivated to work out is that I did not yet find something that I really loved within fitness. So in high school, and I mean, basically my whole life, I've been dreadful at sports. Basically anything that involves a ball is terrible for me. I am terrible at, I've actually really tried like every sport. I've tried soccer, I've tried basketball, I've tried, I tried softball for like 5 years, and then I quit whenever my coach said, Zoe, like, you know, this is on my 5th year. He says, Zoe, I'm actually concerned that you might just need glasses, and maybe that's why you're struggling so much to catch the ball. And I was like, well, maybe that's it. Like, maybe I'll finally be good at softball. Like, maybe I just need glasses. And so I go to the eye doctor, and I did need glasses, but for reading, not for far away, not for catching fly balls. So yeah, I took one for the team there and decided to bow out after that. So anyway, my point is that I was never athletic growing up, and so it was really, I was not active. I was not very active, and I honestly didn't feel very well physically because of that. And I definitely struggled with like eating healthy. Everything I ate was processed. Everything I ate was out of a box. I honestly didn't even really know how to make anything from scratch, or some things I didn't even know you could make from scratch. Like, that's how bad it was. So then I was later diagnosed with hypothyroidism, and I basically had struggled for the 5 years prior with gaining weight out of control and with my appetite being absolutely wild. So I wanted to finally find a maintainable way to stay healthy and to feel good physically. So I actually started weightlifting when I was in 7th grade, but I just did it for a little bit after school with some friends. So that's when I started being interested in weightlifting, but then I wasn't really consistent with it until this past year. And then once I was able to get back into it and dedicate some time to it and get really serious about it, I fell completely in love with it again, and I couldn't imagine not doing it. And whenever I go a few days without lifting, I do not feel good. Like, my body just, like, it energizes me when I go to the gym and I lift. And so I really have like a lack of energy, and my mood is not great after I've been out of the gym for a few days. So I really stay motivated because I really enjoy it. Like, just that I know that I'm doing good things for my body, and I've really dedicated my life to loving my body and treating my body like I love it. So that's kind of what keeps me motivated. So when people ask me how I stay motivated to keep pursuing fitness, I tell them, you just need to find something that you really love, because if you don't love it, you're not gonna do it, because honestly, pursuing a fitness goal does take a lot of time and a lot of thought. So why would you waste that much time doing something that you don't even enjoy? So I would find something, like for me personally, I do not like running. I'm not good at running. But some people really, really enjoy running, and that is what makes them passionate to pursue fitness. And you know, people get their runner's high and they just love it. If you told me that I had to go to the gym and run on the treadmill every day, I would not go. I would absolutely not go, and it wouldn't make me feel good. Some people love to dance. I actually really love to dance, and I actually joined a hip hop class recently at Gold's Gym on Sundays, so that's super fun. But some people don't like to dance, and some people don't like to lift weights, and that's perfectly fine too. So you just really need to find something that you love within fitness. Okay, another question that I get a lot is, how do you gain confidence in the gym? All right, so first of all, I would just accept that you might mess up at the gym. And I know that in my videos, I really look like I know what I'm doing, which I do know what I'm doing, but I still mess up. Like, I occasionally fall off of a machine, drop a weight. I'm uncoordinated. Remember what I said about like not being able to catch a ball? Like, I'm definitely not perfect. So if you can just go into the gym or go into whatever thing with fitness that you're gonna pursue and just accept that you're not gonna be perfect at it, that's a great start. And specifically in the gym, know that people are not sitting there critiquing you and staring at you. And if they are staring at you and if they are critiquing you, then they have their own issues, honestly. And like, I just wouldn't even worry about those people. And you should also know that not everyone at the gym, and honestly most people at the gym, are not like professional weightlifters, professional powerlifters, and professional runners and whatever. Like, most people are there because for the same reason that you are, that they just want to be healthy, and a lot of people are going to be just starting out just like you. So if you really want to go to the gym and feel as though you have no idea what you're doing and you're very nervous about going in completely untrained, then I would suggest getting some light weights and some resistance bands and starting off doing some stuff at home. I have a lot of videos on my Instagram with exercises that you can do at home, and that's a great place to start if you're feeling like you just want to prepare yourself a little bit to get to the gym. You certainly, by no means, you do not have to do that, but that might just be something that's helpful for you. Another recommendation I have is that you can bring a friend to the gym, and this can be somebody who can show you some stuff if they know something. If it's somebody that has gone to the gym before and has lifted before or whatever, then you could bring somebody like that, or you can bring a friend that has also never been to the gym. Sometimes it's just comforting to have somebody there with you, and I know that I am way more comfortable being silly and, you know, making a fool of myself when I'm with my friends. It can be a little bit of a confidence boost before you gain confidence being there alone. Another way to gain confidence in the gym, if you want to learn more and you're just starting out, it might be good to either join a group training class. So this would involve, you know, 1 or 2 personal trainers and a group of people, like 5 to 10 people. I know that Gold's has group training, and I know that there are other gyms that have it, but that's just what I'm familiar with. But they can do group personal training, and so you're there working out with a group of people, and you can have the trainers, you can ask them questions, you can have them show you stuff, and they'll instruct you on what you're doing right and what you need to correct. So that can be a great way to start out, and that's a little cheaper than personal training. Personal training can be a little more expensive, but if you're really ready to dedicate yourself, then you can hire a personal trainer. And most gyms you can go, actually if you go to Planet Fitness, they have free personal training, which is great. And then other gyms also have personal training. Some of it's free, some of it's not. So another way to gain confidence is to do your own research. So I spent a lot of time doing research on lifting and nutrition and basically anything to do with fitness, just because I really love to read about different techniques for things, and yeah, it's just something I enjoy. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope some of these FAQs helped you out, and if you have a question that I did not answer that you would like me to include in a little Q&A, please comment below. I really appreciate feedback from you guys, because ultimately I'm not making these videos for myself, they're for you. So I want to hear your thoughts, and I want to hear what you want to hear about. So either comment below, message me on Instagram, whatever, reach out to me, let me know what you guys want to hear about.